Listen, I don't have any, those are tea bags. I don't have any more of my drinks. I drank all of that. I drank all of this, my coffee. I made this cup years ago. It says on the bottom, Princess Holloway. All right. It is not morning. I'm going to put a piece of gum in my mouth so that I don't spend my time coughing during this entire thing. Don't worry. I won't sit. Oh, I already had a piece of gum. Listen, it doesn't matter. I'm going to put this down right here. Don't worry, I'm not going to sit and chew my gum the whole time. Okay. Let's do a song. The song that I'm going to sing, okay, is a Bible verse. Well, it's not Bible, not a Bible verse. A bedtime song that my mom and dad used to sing to us when we were little. And I'm getting it together, just a minute. Okay. We're good. Anyway, even recently, my mom called. She leave me a voice now? And she sang these little songs to me. It just made me so tender because they used to sing this to us at nighttime. There's 3, but I don't remember the 3rd, so I'm going to sing 2 of them. Which one goes first? Hold on. I'm going to start with the other one. Jesus lets us shine with a clear, pure light, like a little candle burning in the night. In this world of darkness, you must shine. You in your small corner, and I in mine. I am Jesus' little lamb, ever glad at heart I am. Oh, the shepherd gently guides me, knows my name and well provides me, loves me every day the same, even calls me by my name. There's a 3rd, I don't remember. That's okay, I'll think of it later. Listen. I'm going to talk about long life today. I really wanted to do this one because I want a long life. You know? And so I wanted to know what God said about it. And there's lots of people that talk about things that I think are out of context. So I thought it would be good to know what God promises about long life. Now, I'm going to tell you a couple of verses that talk, there's a lot of them. And I'm going to give you a couple of verses that talk about long life. Deuteronomy 5:33 talks about walking in the ways of the Lord, that you may live long in the land. Proverbs 16:31 talks about gray hair being a crown of glory from living a righteous life. Proverbs 10:27 talks about the fear of the Lord prolongs your life. And the word fear here is more awe and respect. It's not like, oh, I'm afraid of him. The word fear is having awe and respect for the Lord, right? Ephesians 6:1-4 actually references Exodus 20:12, and it talks about children obeying your parents and honoring your father and mother so that it may go well with you and you may live long. In Proverbs 3:16 and 3 verse 2 and in 9:11, there's a lot of verses in Proverbs about keeping God's commandments and wisdom, holding the keys to long life, that you will have peace and long life. There's a lot of verses in Proverbs about that. Keeping God's commandments and things, and having fear of the Lord, having wisdom. 1 Kings 3:14 talks about walking in God's commandments. Gives you a long life. Now, I am going to end on Psalms 139:13 through 16. And I'm going to read you this specific verse. So here it goes. For you, God, for you formed my inward parts. You knit me together in my mother's womb. Pro-life. I praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Wonderful are your works. My soul knows it very well. My frame was not hidden from you when I was being made in secret, intricately woven in the depths of the earth. Your eyes saw my unformed substance. In your book were written, every one of them, the days that were formed for me, when as yet there was none of them. Here's the thing. I do not believe that you can just have some sort of recipe to do this and this and add a little soup zone of this and mix a little of this, and then you can have, extra long life and change the number of days God's already ordained for you. I don't believe that. But here's what I do think the promises mean about having a long life. First of all, God already knows the number of days that you have on this earth. It says in me, before one of them was ever even about, before I was ever even created, but the foundations of the earth, God knew the number of days that were ordained for me. He knew the works that he was going to have for me, that he prepared for me in advance. He knew all those things. Nothing is going to change that day. Now, I'm not going to add years onto my life by, jump down, turn around, clap 2 times. But I can add life to my years. And I do believe God promises long life and peace. And here's what I think this means. I think you can give life to your days. You can extend your peace. You can give life to the years that you have, that God promises. And I think by having a fear of the Lord and having an awe of who he is, if you have that, you are going to want to know him. You're going to want to be close to him. You're going to pray. You're going to want to do the things that he says, because the things that he says for you to do are things that keep you healthy, not sleeping around, keeping sex for marriage, being faithful, not being a glutton. I mean, I do love food. We're not talking about, Anyway, by treating your body as a temple of the Holy Spirit, by loving others and being kind and forgiving, you are allowing positivity and the joy of the Lord, and you're allowing all that stuff that's good and healthy for you. If you are hateful, bitter, negative, unforgiving, you're just swallowing poison and it's killing you. These are all things that physically manifest in your body by doing the things that God has commanded and asked us to do. Loving him, loving others, treating our body as a temple. Like, all of these things have physical repercussions. Now, here's the thing. I could be super healthy and run marathons. I'm not going to run. I don't want to. I don't want to. If you see me running, you also should run. Someone's chasing me. Dancing or fun things, but I'm not interested in, I don't want to do it. Anyway, I could be like a marathon runner and do all that stuff. Let's just say, right? And then live healthy, like my grandmother, right? She walked 2 miles a day. She was healthy. And when she went into the hospital with her heart attack, she had a leak in the arterial wall of her heart or something, and it couldn't be repaired. She walked in on her own. She was never in any more pain than a 3, and she died in her sleep. Peaceful. Like, she was healthy. So here's the thing. I could do all that stuff and add life to my years, but my day is my day. Or I could live totally unhealthy, not do the things God commands, not be close to Him, not be forgiving, not do any of those things, not honoring my parents, none of that. And then live miserably in and out of the hospital, be sick and whatever, and then die like terrible at the same time. I don't believe that God promises if you do A, B, and C, that He will change the number of days He's ordained for you. I don't believe that. It doesn't say that. But when it talks about long life in the Bible, all of the things it says about wisdom and fear of the Lord and keeping His commands and all of that stuff, 100% He promises that you can add life to your years, peace to your years, purpose to your years. Because, like I read in Psalms 139, the number of days in the book were already written before the foundations of time, the number of days that were formed for you. He knew them. But you can add so much long life and joy and peace to the years God's given you. That is a promise. So I was reading this thinking when I first started about, is there a promise or something, secret sauce that if I do this, then it means God will let me live like a super long time? No, there's not. But I can add long life to my years, And man, I really do want that. I mean, I either want to die of old age. Okay, listen, I want to die of old age, right? Or I want to die like my grandmother, peacefully healthy in my sleep. Or I want to be a part of the rapture. I really want to be one of those 3. I don't want to die miserably. But there is no promise that you can just extend the number of days that God's already ordained for you. He is God and you are not. But you can add life to your years by doing the things that God has asked you to do. They're not to harm you, but to give you hope in a future. Being forgiving is because it helps your body not swallow poison and be miserable and kill you. Being unforgiving it will kill you physically. Doing the things that God's asked aren't about like restrictions. They're about love. Like if I love you, and you're gonna grab something that's gonna stab you or burn your hand, I'm gonna tell you, don't touch that. It's going to burn your hand. If I don't care for you and I don't love you, and I'm evil, I'm just gonna watch you burn yourself. Huh? Should have known better. So the things that God talks about adding life to your years aren't just because He's trying to lock you down, restrict you. It's because He loves you so much. He loves you so much. He knows what's going to kill you. He knows what you're going to manifest in your life. Where you think, where you speak, so a man goes. So all of the things that God talks about long life are really about adding an anchor for your soul and breath to your lungs, right? So that's what I found out about long life. I cannot extend the number of days that I have. But I can extend the peace in my life of the number of days that I have. You know what I mean? Anyways, I love you guys like a crazy person. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I'm sorry this was a little late. I hope that you are good to one another. Don't forget to be good to yourself. And what do you think about what I had to say? Are you liking this promising? You know what? I don't even care. I love the Promise Diaries. And I love the Gratitude Chronicles. These are things that I've wanted to know about. I'm really happy doing them. And if nobody else is happy about me doing them, except for my parents, who I am the apple of their eye. So that's fine by me. I really like knowing these things. You know what the next thing I'm going to do? So look, these are the things I've written. Okay. The next one that I have to highlight long life. The next one that I want to do, I think I want to do God's promises about financial blessing and provision. What are the promises around financial blessings and provision? I think there's a few and I want to know what they are. All right. Anyways, I love you. And I mean it, Peanut. Mwah.